So if you want to go a little more strict than carnivore and remove those extra goodies that some carnivores include, BBBE. But if you don't want to go full lion, then
Hey everyone, welcome to the Carnivore Revolution. I'm Serena.
And I'm Jess.
And today we're going to talk about different kinds of carnivore. Now, there are several different ways you can do the carnivore diet. Some of them are less strict and some of them are more strict. Just kind of depends. You can kind of suit your personality there and still get some awesome healing.
Yeah, so we have 5 variations in the carnivore diet going from least strict to most strict. And to kick it off, we are going to start with ketovore. So Serena, what is ketovore?
So ketovore is kind of like being on the keto diet, which gets a bad rap because of all of the artificial ingredients and all the foods at the store that are labeled, keto approved. And some of those things are things like cereal and granola bars that have no business being in a really clean, healthy diet that you're doing for healing and even for losing weight. So ketovore takes it a step farther. It's a lot better than keto. It includes some oils, some seeds, some really low carb vegetables like leafy greens and things like that. So it's still a very high fat, protein heavy diet, but you don't include any of those artificial things. And that really goes a long way towards your health.
Veggies also, coffee, tea, dairy, nuts. And this would be for people who want to lose weight, improve their health, and don't have very many side effects to plant foods.
The next one is animal-based. There's a little bit of controversy there when you call it animal-based, and you include things like honey and fruit. But there are a lot of people, if you're metabolically healthy, that can add a little bit of honey and a little bit of fruit. Now, this would not be ideal for somebody who is recovering from eating disorders or disordered eating or has like binge eating or things like that, because sometimes the honey and the fruit can set people off and make people crave carbs a lot more. Some of the people that are animal-based also eat some other plant foods, but again, it's going to be a lot more meat heavy and animal-based than ketovore is. It's also going to help you lose weight as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people in the animal-based community too generally eat organs. It's a very organ-friendly community. And that would be if you have some adverse effects to plant foods, but not as much as if you needed to go carnivore, which is that the next one. Carnivore diet is the next one. So I'll take that one. So the carnivore diet is going to be if you do have adverse side effects from plant foods and you need to remove those from your diet completely. And it includes any meat, land or sea, animal products like eggs and dairy, dairy if you can tolerate it. And then some carnivores, if they can tolerate them, will include spices and things like that. What else do carnivores include if they can tolerate it?
Well, I think once you've gotten to the point where your body is like cleaned out of its toxins and you're feeling really good and you've decided the carnivore diet is for you, some people will add in on occasion some of those sugar-free sauces that don't have a lot of carbohydrates in them, or things like mustard and garlic and onion. And the cool thing about it is you can kind of determine as you add those things back in whether or not they affect you. And if you don't have any adverse reactions to it and you still feel good the next day, then it might be something that you want to include a little bit more. But typically carnivores will start including things like that, like just to make things taste different, just to give you, some different flavors, throughout your day.
And then if you can tolerate it, again, some carnivores do still drink coffee and tea, but about 98% of their diet is still just heavily meat-based or animal product based.
So before we go to the next one, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe below.
And then the next one is BBBE.
This one's a little bit tricky. So the BBBE, some people use it as a challenge. So it's beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And so this is a more strict version of the carnivore diet because you eliminate all dairy from your diet. The butter is there for extra fats, and because, come on, it's really hard to do stuff without butter. Butter is like one of the best things ever. So you can have all the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs that you want. You can combine all 4 of those anytime you want. You can eat them individually. You can have the beef, have the bacon as a side. So some people think this is a little bit too strict, and that's fine. But this is another chance for your body to heal and for you to eliminate those other things once again, so you can add those back in eventually and see how they make you feel.
So if you want to go a little more strict than carnivore and remove those extra goodies that some carnivores include, BBBE, but if you don't want to go full lion, then then stick with that one. And then so our last and final one is the lion diet, which is if you have severe adverse effects to plants, like Michaela Peterson level severe. If you eat broccoli or something and you go into full-blown depression for months at a time, like the lion diet is going to be a good option for you. Or if you just want to use it as a challenge, like the BBBE, like Serena said, we both did it in January and we loved it. So it's a good one just to use it as an elimination diet. Or if you need to use it for health reasons, it's good. And that one just includes any ruminant meat, salt, and water. And that will be the most strict version of carnivore that you can get. But if you have health issues, it might be the very best option also.
Don't get us wrong. We're not saying it wasn't a little bit difficult to not have any other options for the entire month of January, but it really was an eye opener for me on the foods that actually were bothering me a little bit that I didn't really think they were. And I didn't realize it till I started adding those things back in. And I definitely realized that things like chicken were causing some inflammation for me. Dairy for sure causes bloating, maybe a little bit of weight gain, and for sure some inflammation. So it's a really good idea if you have severe autoimmune issues, severe depression, things like that, even really bad eczema. This is a great way to clear your body of everything. This is the ultimate elimination diet. And for your healing journey, I don't think that if you have some really serious issues, there is anything better than the lion diet for that. It can really help your body to heal. It takes all that pressure off your body from processing things that it can't process. Red meat is actually the most nutrient dense food on the planet, and it can really make a difference in your body for healing. So I think everybody should try the lion diet for a little while and just see how you feel, and then add those things back in, and then you'll know for sure which things are causing your issues.
And all of these are just kind of where you figure out where you fit into it. And if you're somewhere in between one of them, that's fine too. But these are just kind of good markers to help people decide where they want to go and then figure it out for themselves, what works best for them in their life.
Yeah. And these are all just different variations of the same thing, which is trying to heal your body, be healthy, eliminate all of the processed junk food and sugars, and you're going to feel really good on any one of these. But I do think a lot of people have issues with the seed oils and the nuts and the vegetables that they don't even know they have. And it's not until you eliminate those things that you realize you have a problem. But something like keto or animal based is a really great transition coming from, the SAD diet or, just like a regular diet. It's a really great way to transition into something that's a little bit more strict.
So if you are thinking about trying any of these diets, let us know which one interests you most in the comments. And if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out and ask us, and we will get back to you. But that about wraps it up. Thank you for joining us here on the Carnivore Revolution.